Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Sahih Al-Bukhari, the book of knowledge, Hadith number 92. Narrated by Abu Musa radiyallahu anhu that the Prophet ﷺ was asked about things which he did not like. But when the questioner insisted, the Prophet ﷺ got angry. So then he said to the people, "Ask me anything you like." A man asked, "Who is my father?" The Prophet ﷺ replied, "Your father is Huzafa." Then another man got up and said, "Who is my father?" Rasulullah ﷺ replied, "Your father is Salim, Mawla, the freed slave of Sheba." So when Umar radiyallahu anhu saw the anger on the face of the Prophet ﷺ, he said, "O Rasulullah ﷺ, we repent to Allah our offending you." Hadith number 93, narrated by Anas bin Malik radiyallahu anhu that one day Rasulullah ﷺ came out before the people, and Abdullah bin Huzafa stood up and asked him, "Who is my father?" The Prophet ﷺ replied, "Your father is Huzafa." The Prophet ﷺ told them repeatedly in anger to ask him anything they liked. Umar kneeled down before the Prophet ﷺ and said thrice, "We accept Allah is our Lord, and Islam is our religion, and Muhammad is our Prophet." After that the Prophet ﷺ became silent. Hadith number 94, narrated by Anas radhiyallahu anhu, whenever the Prophet ﷺ spoke a sentence, said a thing, he used to repeat it thrice so that the people could understand it properly from him. And whenever he asked permission to enter, he knocked the door thrice with greeting. Hadith number 95, narrated by Anas radhiyallahu anhu that whenever the Prophet ﷺ spoke a sentence or said a thing, he used to repeat it thrice so that the people could understand it properly from him. And whenever he asked permission to enter, he knocked the door thrice with greeting. Hadith number 96, narrated by Abdullah bin Amr radiyallahu anhu that once Rasulullah ﷺ remained behind us in a journey. He joined us while we were performing ablution for the Asr prayer, which was overdue. We were just passing with hands over our feet, not washing them properly. So the Prophet ﷺ addressed us in a loud voice and said twice or thrice that save your heads from the fire. Hadith number 97, narrated by Abu Burda's father, Rasulullah ﷺ said that three persons will have a double reward. Number one, a person from the people of the scriptures who believed in his prophet Jesus or Moses and then believed in the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. His example, he embraced Islam. Number two, a slave who discharges his duties to Allah and his master. And number three, a master of a woman slave who teaches her good manners and educates her in the best possible way the religion and manumits her and then marries her. Hadith number 98, narrated by Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu that once Rasulullah ﷺ came out while Bilal radiyallahu anhu was accompanying him. He went towards women thinking that they had not heard him. It means his sermon, so he preached them and ordered them to pay alms. Hearing that, the women started giving alms. Some donated their earrings, some gave their rings, and Bilal who was collecting them in the corner of his garment. Hadith number 99, Umar bin Abdul Aziz wrote to Abu Bakr bin Hazm, look for the knowledge of hadith and get it written, as I'm afraid that religious knowledge will vanish and the religious learned men will pass away, die. So do not accept anything save the hadiths of the Prophet ﷺ. Circulate knowledge and teach the ignorant, for knowledge does not vanish except when it is kept sacredly to oneself. Hadith number 100, narrated by Abdullah bin Amr bin al-As that I heard Rasulullah ﷺ saying, Allah does not take away the knowledge by taking it away from the heads of the people, but takes it away by the death of the religious learned men. till when none of the religious learned men remains. People will take as their leaders ignorant persons who when consulted will give their verdict without knowledge. So they will go astray and will lead the people astray. Hadith number 101, narrated by Abu Sa'id Al-Khudri that some women requested the Prophet to fix a day for them as the men were taking all his time, and that he promised them one day for religious lessons and commandments. Once during such a lesson the Prophet said, a woman whose 3 children die will be shielded by them from the hellfire. And that a woman asked, if only 2 die? He replied, even 2 will shield her from the hellfire. Hadith number 102, narrated by Abu Sa'id Al-Khudri who that is the above hadith. Abu Hurairah who qualified the 3 children referred to be in the above mentioned hadith is not having reached the age of committing sins, example the age of puberty. Hadith number 103, narrated by Ibn Abu Mu'alik that whenever Aisha the wife of the Prophet heard anything which she did not understand, she used to ask again till she understood it completely. So Aisha said that once the Prophet whoever will be called to account about his deeds on the day of resurrection will surely be punished. I said, doesn't Allah say that he surely will receive an easy reckoning? The Prophet replied, this means only presentation of the accounts, but whoever will be erred about his account will certainly be ruined. Hadith number 104, narrated by Sayyid Abu Shurayh said, when Amr bin Sa'id was sending the troops to Mecca to fight Abdullah bin Az-Zubair, I said to him, O chief, allow me to tell you what the Prophet said on the day following the conquest of Mecca. My ears heard and my heart comprehended, and I saw him with own eyes. When he said it, he glorified and praised Allah, and then said, Allah and not the people has made Mecca a sixth sanctuary. So anybody who has belief in Allah in the last day, example, he is a Muslim, should neither shed blood in it nor cut down its trees. If anybody urges that fighting is allowed in Mecca, as Rasulullah did fight in Mecca, then tell him that Allah gave permission to his Rasul, but he did not give it to you. So the Prophet added, Allah allowed me only for a few hours on the day of the conquest, and today now its sanctity is the same valid for it was before. So it is incumbent upon those who are present to convey this information to those who are absent. Abu Shurayh was asked, what did Amr reply to you? So he said that Amr said, O Abu Shurayh, I know better than you in this respect. Makkah does not give protection to one who disobeys Allah or runs after committing murder or theft and takes refuge in Makkah. Hadith number 105, narrated by Abu Bakr that the Prophet said, no doubt your blood, property, and the sub-narrator taught that Abu Bakr also had mentioned, and your highness, honor, chastity are sacred to one another, as is the sanctity of this day of yours in this month of yours. It is incumbent on those who are present to inform those who are absent. So the sub-narrators used to say that Rasulullah has told the truth, and then the Prophet repeated twice, no doubt haven't I conveyed Allah's message to you